So today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of my stacking plans for 2023, and I've got a little selection of quite nice coins today as well to show. So I thought while I had them out of the vault, I would use them for a video. So 2023, ultimately I am planning to add just more bullion weight to the stack. So in 2023 itself, there will be a few interesting coins coming out that I would quite like to get my hands on. So first of all, there is the Memorial Sovereign, which is technically 2022 coin, I think. It's been announced, recently there were pre-orders from the Royal Mint not too long ago, back end of the year. And yeah, some people have started to have those arrive in the proof version. So I'm not personally planning to pick up the proof coin. It is a little bit like the Royal Arms design. It's different to the 2022 Sovereign, but yeah, it does look a bit busy, the design, and from what I've seen, just from people sharing them online so far, probably won't be, like I say, one I'll pick up in the proof, but I will probably look out for the bullion version if there is one, and pick one of those up. So that's the Memorial Sovereign, and then presumably there will be the standard 2023 Sovereign, so for the next year. Now, the Memorial Sovereign has the King on there, so that will be technically his first Sovereign with his portrait, and then obviously the standard 2023 Sovereign, whether that will be a special design or whether that might be also a Georgian Dragon design. I'm not quite sure yet. I've not really seen any information on that. So, hopefully we'll find out a bit more about that soon. And again, maybe in the bullion version, I will pick some up. So obviously this year we had the 2022 Gold Sovereign, which was the Platinum Jubilee year, and they had the special year for that. So there's quite a few special years at the moment, and it'd be kind of nice to have just a normal year, I think. Otherwise, if every year is special, then the kind of specialness wears off, I guess. So we don't really want too many specials, I guess, but at the same time, certain things are worth having a special design for, apparently. So that's an interesting debate we could perhaps save for another day. But coming up into 2023 as well, the Gold Britannia. So I did just show a 2022. So in 2023, we have exactly the same as this coin, first of all with the Queen. And then there will also be the same 2023 Britannia with the King on. So there'll be two monarchs within the 1 year. Interesting for collectors, perhaps. In terms of value, I don't really think it'll do much for the bullion, market. I don't think you'll be getting huge premiums on the bullion coin, but maybe you'll get a little tickle extra over some of the other years. So perhaps. Looking at this coin, this is a Queen's Beast Griffin. So in terms of series, there's also the Tudor Beast series, which is out at the moment, and I'll probably be picking up the 1 ounce and 1/4 ounce gold versions and continuing my collection with those. So I do like the look of the first two of the Tudor Beast coins, and I'm looking forward to picking up the next. So there should be, one around maybe February, March time, and then again one around the autumn if they're going to stick to 2 per year, and obviously bring them out roughly 6 months apart. So if you're a collector, actually an interesting point, there is a hell of a lot of collectible coins. So even just picking up a few proofs of a few of the series and a couple of sovereigns here and there, maybe a set, you're already putting into a couple of ounces of gold there, and many thousands of pounds for people who are collecting. So I do wonder just if there is, maybe a saturation point of the proof coins and collectibles. Whether it will get to a point where there is just so many of them that people are a bit diluted in their efforts, and maybe some coins do really well but others don't. So something to be wary of. People who've been following the collector market for longer than I have perhaps could offer some more insight. But yeah, as 2023 goes, my sort of stacking plan is to essentially just add, more bullion weight to the stack, I will pick up some interesting coins as and when they come out, or just come across, at interesting premiums or good opportunities. Like for example, the Buffalo, not something I would typically look for on the dealer's website and stack a lot of. But if something like this comes up at a nice, low premium, or just happens to be at a time when I'm shopping and there's not really any other deals around, then I might be picking up a few more things like this, and we will see. So I have this year picked up in 2022 quite a few of the Tudor Lions and a few of the Tudor Yales. So those will be like a bit of a longer term sit and hold on them for a while. And once premiums start to creep up on those, I would probably start to swap some of them out for the newer versions of the series, whatever that might be, whether it's the Dragon or wherever we're up to with those on the Tudor Beasts. And then also, ultimately, my goal is really just to stack, a lot of different bullion sovereigns. So I will potentially swap coins out and, pick coins up here and there, just depending on the deals. Like, for example, if we don't see, any low gold prices, if we just see gold go up and up and up, then it's harder to want to spend as much when the prices have gone up compared to what they were. But by releasing some profits and buying gold with the proceeds, you end up accumulating, some more gold that you want, so more sovereigns, and perhaps realising some profits on some of the other pieces. So it'll be an interesting year for sure, one way or another. I'm not sure what's going to happen. And in terms of silver, I haven't really mentioned silver. I do obviously have a bit of silver still in the stack, but ultimately I'm not really buying silver bullion. I'm not really buying it because of the premiums and costs to acquire it. So it's not because I have something against silver. It's just that in the UK, if you're buying from a dealer, you've got to pay the VAT. You've got to pay, which is 20%, like a sales tax when you buy. You've got to pay some incredible premiums, even just for basic bullion. And to me, it just doesn't seem like a smart move. So I think there's better moves to be made. And when gold is easily picked up at a lot lower premiums, it makes sense to pick that up in my eyes. So aside from silver being obviously very bulky, even with relatively small outlay in terms of a dollar or pounds amount, you soon start to acquire an amount that's awkward to move and a little bit inconvenient to deal with. So I've nothing against silver other than it being a bit of a pain to store for the amount of value it holds. It's really got to go up by multiples to make it worth stacking. In my eyes, for me personally, my gold and metals is just part of the long-term savings. It's not my lottery ticket to the moon or anything like that. I just want to put a small portion of the long-term savings out of cash, out of the bank, out of fiat currency into precious metals. So that's my thoughts on gold, obviously, and silver. If you're expecting it to go up by, multiples and do moonshot moves and things like that, then your stacking might be different to mine. And you might have other things going on. Maybe you're not investing in other areas. We've all got different beliefs and expectations of what might happen, and so we're all going to have different strategies. So I'd be keen to hear if you've got a different strategy below. Just let me know in the comments. And likewise, if it's fairly similar, then again, let me know as well. And look forward to having a conversation down there. So talk soon.